Welcome back to the official GeekSpeak Podcast. I'm your host, Sean, and joined as always is my co-host, Josh, back to formula, Rudy Rudolph. This is the podcast where we watch movies, make movies, play games, and more. What else can you ask for? And yes, back to formula indeed. 4 topics today. I am making a ruling. The DCOM main idea was a good idea, but we never did it. And it's really hard to motivate ourselves to just watch that on its own, record just like a 20-minute segment on randomly the other week. If we're gonna sit down and record a video episode, what do I just want to do the whole thing? So just keep them back in there makes sense. So long, rest in peace, DCOM minisodes. You lasted never. We've done it before in the past, like in between episodes, like here and there, or like if we hadn't have time to record, we added it in the back somewhere. But that's been 2 years since we've done any of those in the first place, and it's better to have it in. So today. We have Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston, and we'll get into that in a minute. It's pretty fun. The Bryan Cranston part of it. He's fun. So we have the DCOM today. We got news. We got including things like Sunrise and the Reaping castings, La 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 Lava, Cha 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 Chicken. We got Scooby-Doo stuff. We got Doomsday stuff. We got Harry Potter things. We have a lot of stuff to cover with the news today, but not as much as you might think. For a month and a half, I condensed it as far down as I possibly could. It'll be fun. I had to skip a lot of stuff. I had to say no to a lot of stuff. I apologize. I'm like, is this geeky enough for today? I think it might be for most of the news. And then, of course, our main topic today is the Thunderbolts asterisk. And the asterisk is being ignored in all marketing now.
Yeah.
Kind of. Or, which I'm sorry if you didn't go see the movie in the first 3 days. I'm sorry for you. That seems a little unfair what they're doing for people like that. It's funny what they are spoiling, what they aren't spoiling also in the marketing. Just saying that out there.
Yeah.
That's really funny to me. But it's like, okay, let's spoil this thing from the last few scenes over. Let's not spoil this thing from the early beginning of the movie. Okay, logic. That's not here or there. We were going to do an episode on Sinners, and we still probably will, but next week now, just because I'm seeing it again. I'm seeing it in IMAX 70mm for the first time, and I'm really excited for that. I like to see it with fresh eyes instead of, I saw it last time like a month ago now, so having it with a fresher point of view, I think it will be better in the first place. I'll catch more things to talk about. And of course, we have today our super weird story as well. I was going to do it on the character of Sentry, but that would be 10 plus minutes or of just like one half of it probably. He has a lot he's gone through. I'll probably bring up some of that stuff from his character in the Thunderbolts discussion today because there's things that are relevant to that character. I was going to do Red Guardian, but it'd be 2 minutes long. I'm like, that's not long enough. Red Guardian's only appeared in 30 issues in 50 years. Or at least Alexei Shostakov has only appeared in 30 issues, I think. There's my few Red Guardians, like, because the mantle has gotten passed down a bit. Fun fact, that is not Natasha Romanoff's father in the comics. That's her ex-husband.
Dun, dun, dun.
But let's get into today's stuff. Let's start with the DCOM today, Josh.
DCOM?
If it's your first time listening, welcome to the show. We're happy to have you here. There are timestamps down below, and you can skip around and see what you want to see. But let's talk about our DCOM, which is Twas the Night. We do these in theory every episode at this point as often as we can. It will be back to every episode as soon as we can, though. Next one after this is something about someone. What's it called?
Double Teamed. It's a basketball movie.
Heck yeah! Let's get into today's immunity challenge. We got our person Santa Claus. We got our scamming man named Nick? Oh, it's also Uncle Nick. That's fun. St. Nicholas and Uncle Nick. The movie itself is really simple. It's 10-minute part of the Santa Claus where Santa Claus is knocked out. Let's go save Christmas. But the parental figure in this scenario doesn't want to save Christmas. He wants to steal Christmas like the Grinch. That's his shtick. But he's doing it secretly, and the kid wants to help. That's kind of a fun premise.
Yeah.
But our main guy, what's his name? Do you know the kid's name?
Boy.
Our main guy, Boy. I should look up his names. I feel like it's important to discuss people with the characters.
Is it though?
Danny. They did say his name out. We should know that at this point. We got Danny. We got this is the Wrigley family. So typical scenario of teenager or tween, or just not having a great time. Or, I'm going to be a rebellious guy, or whatever. I'm on the naughty list, which is like every Santa Claus scenario we see. The kid's on the naughty list. Let's just make him be better again. Santa's not real. Whatever. Little kid believes in Santa though. Aww. And then Santa is real. Whoa! And that's how we start. The main kid forgot on Christmas Eve. I do think it's funny. He's been gaming and stuff and forgot what day it was.
Yeah.
How much time has passed on his winter break? Probably too much time.
Just a little bit.
And then we have the other little kid, who I think, I tell you, his voice is adorable.
His voice is adorable, but oh boy, that kid was not the best actor.
No, I don't care. His voice made me so happy. I wrote my first note is, why does his little brother talk like that? I'm very confused by the choice. If it's just a normal voice, I love it. He sounds like the same timbre of a voice that Nessa Rose Young one did in Wicked. Just saying, and it's very cute.
Yeah.
Also, there's a voiceover in parts in the beginning of the movie where it looks like his voice is out of sync because he's voicing over, but they're having him just talk in the scenes that voicing over.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but it's fine. That doesn't last. The voiceover part does not last very long in the movie. His parents are both doctors who get called in on Christmas Eve because of a new reindeer flu.
They never address ever again.
Nope. Are we in a pandemic right now in this movie? Sure. And then, of course, we get their Uncle Nick. His first scene is as Bryan Cranston. His first scene is a kidnapping torture scene for a DCOM. And I'm not kidding.
I mean, it is Bryan Cranston, so, like, you know, that's kind of part of the norm. Part of the norm? I don't know. Normal for him. That's the word. Per the norm. There we go.
Par for the course.
There we go. That's words. I know how to do those.
Yeah, and I think it's really fun. He fully embraces it. This is his Power Rangers era, his era of doing Malcolm in the Middle. Just him doing a lot of fun, silly things is really fun to watch.
Yeah, he's giving it 110%, and I love that for him.
I actually think the actor who plays Danny also is not bad at all.
No, I would say that pretty much everyone in this is pretty good, aside from, like, the younger brother, who's trying his best, but it's not
He's like
great.
6 or so. I get it. I don't think it's that big a deal. He's also not like a main character.
Yeah. I mean, there are times when he did get some genuine laughs out of me, like in the computer store when he asked the guy to distract, and he's like, "I need to go to the bathroom," and the guy's just like, "I'm
not your dad."
He's like, "Okay, I'll just go over here then."
Fun fact: the guy who played Danny was also in Oppenheimer.
As who?
Doesn't matter. They got everyone in that movie, man. Everyone's in it.
Hold on, now I gotta look this up.
His name is Josh Zuckerman. He was probably a small part, but he's according to Letterboxd, which doesn't even cast. It's not put extras usually on here.
I've seen. I remember.
He plays Rosie Lamanitz.
Lomanitz. He was in the movie as like one of the people that the government was fearing that he was like a communist, and that was the whole thing that spiraled down Oppenheimer's path.
He's also in an Austin Powers movie. So good for him. It's crazy being a DCOM, 24 years ago and not being Oppenheimer.
I found out the craziest fact about this movie, though. This movie was directed by none other than Michael Myers himself. Yes, the man from Halloween directed this movie.
It says Nick Castle.
Yes, Michael
That's
Myers.
An alias?
No.
My God.
Not Mike Myers.
Yes. Yeah, no, I opened the picture, and now I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
Honestly, before we get into this movie overall, I give it a yay. I had fun with this. I think it's not super exciting, but it's fun. The fun character energy carries it enough.
I think this movie really is carried by Bryan Cranston. He is giving it his all, and I think that makes it so much better, because that's kind of a thing that I've noticed with a lot of these movies is that it's not that the actors aren't trying, but a lot of them, it feels like don't give it their all in a lot of them. There's definitely times when they do, but I feel like that Bryan is just kind of going, above and beyond what so many of the actors have done in these movies.
And I think personally, him playing the Grinch in this makes it way more fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's not literally the Grinch, but okay, let's actually address the kidnapping torture scene first before we get into this, because I realized that we left it hanging there and didn't actually go into it at all.
We don't need to explain that.
If you've not seen this movie, he owes these two nerdy guys $30,000. What is it for?
Business. I don't know.
Cool.
He's a con artist. It doesn't really matter.
So his first scene, he's tied up and blindfolded off, or whatever. And then they grab his nose and twist it. And that's all the torture we get out of the scene. It's like, oh my God, okay, sling. It's what Disney would allow, of course. But they had a guy, an enforcer there, whose sole goal was to torture Bryan Cranston's character, Nick Wrigley. This movie, directed by The Shadow from Michael Myers himself, is such a crazy fact that's just battling my head now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Throwing me off now, completely off my rhythm. But I will say this. The idea of this movie is fun. The guy Nick Wrigley, the uncle, runs away from that scenario, gets out, finds a Santa costume, puts it on, a mall Santa, abandons his children, and then, with no Santa Claus, and then goes to his brother's house. And the brother is the doctor who has the son, main character. And so parents, doctors go away, leaving him in charge. And all he wanted growing up was a great guitar, because he could really shred. And he gets at the end of the movie because he's maybe on the road to the nice list. I like that he's not actually fully, you're not on the nice list now. You're actually going to be rehabilitated. Because he does grow in this movie as a person.
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie does have an actual arc, which I appreciate too. And I love that the little brother is defending his older brother, saying he's probably not actually stealing this. Like, he's probably wanting to actually do good and help save Christmas, which was true. I like this. This was silly. It was fun. I don't think there's a lot of great humor or anything in it, but it did get some chuckles out of me. I love that Santa's go-to guy in his ear was named Albert. That made me cackle. Just the idea of that, like not like tinsel, not reindeer, not Rudolph, not a code name, just Albert. I'm like what the what? That was crazy.
There's some great lines in this. The first one I wrote down was, "You can shake me down if you want to. I like it. Please don't say that in front of anyone ever again."
Yes.
Great one. Or my favorite line from Bryan Cranston, "No, don't. Not the Lappy."
That was great. Speaking of Lappy, which is a laptop, by the way, for context. There's a scene early in the movie where Santa Claus is trying to do something on their computer at home, and he trashes something on the computer. And then sister's like, "You trashed it, Santa. It's gone." I'm like, "No, you didn't. Open the trash can."
This is early 2000s. People didn't know how computers worked. Apparently, in the year 2000, 10-year-olds just knew how to hack with a supercomputer. Like, that was just something that 10-year-olds knew how to do back then, apparently.
But then the same person said it's gone in the trash can.
Look,
if the file is gone in your trash, it's still there.
Clearly, she knew more because she was able to hack into Santa's sleigh. Clearly, at 10 years old.
When Santa Claus tried to have a tickle fight with a gang, that was crazy. Which he slowed down time for to have a tickle fight, and then at one point said, "Oh no, these are naughty boys." I'm like, I didn't like this at all. That was weird. It was a weird time. My last really note. I don't have a lot of notes today, but my favorite note I have on this is the very end of the movie after. Everything is returned. Nick really becomes ungrinchified because the younger son, the main guy, Danny, discovers, "You've been stealing all these rich guys' stuff and we're trying to give them presents, whatever." He shrinks down people's furniture, whatever, puts it under his belly, like, "Yeah, I'm gaining all this weight from eating cookies and milk, whatever." That's not how that works. And Danny buys it for a while. But he's like, "Okay, either put all the stuff back or you're going to lose me." And like that's actually a really great moment. I loved that.
Yeah.
But there's, I think at the end of the movie, which I really, really loved, and it made me laugh so hard, there is clearly a moment where Uncle Nick, Bryan Cranston, is shredding on guitar. It's just him just wailing the guitar randomly, and there's playing music over it.
Oh, yeah.
And the actors just had to act to it. The dad is cheesing so hard. He's like, yeah! Like, he's looking so goofy. The way he looks at his son and back, it looks like he is told a completely different genre of music or something, and it's incredible. It's like, told, be high. I'm like, what is the direction here? I need to know. Mike Myers, what is the direction? Josh, what are your more thoughts on this movie?
It's definitely one of the higher end ones to me that we've seen so far. Not as crazy as it could have been, but again, I think Bryan Cranston just makes it so much better. And one of my favorite lines also that I forgot to mention was, "He lost a contact. I have a terrible migraine, and Elliot hasn't heard anyone in over 5 hours." Love it. Great stuff.
Yeah. I want to know more about those nerdy guys. What was the context about anything there? I bet it was something like a knockoff video game or something. I don't know, but it is $30,000. What could it have been?
Bryan Cranston is just really good at talking. There you go. Maybe this was him trying to start up his Breaking Bad business before, it really took off.
And they had money to hire an enforcer. I don't know.
Who knows?
Which Christmas movie do you like more so far? The Ultimate Christmas Present or this? Probably the Ultimate Christmas Present still.
Probably this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think the idea of that weather machine was just silly enough. Josh, yay or nay?
I give it a yay. I honestly wouldn't mind watching this every now and then a Christmas season.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's a cute thing to show your kids also if you want to have a new Christmas movie to add the rotation, whatever. It's fun.
Yeah.
So let's get on to our news today.
News, facts, opinions. Maybe. I couldn't think of a third one.
We hadn't done this in a while. Let's get back to it. Here we go. Maybe. That's a new slogan, guys. Put it on a t-shirt. We got movie releases that have happened, including a Minecraft movie, which I saw in theaters with my boy Josh here.
Woo!
And it's fun.
It's the best kind of movie to see either high or to get the experience of what it is like to be high if you never have gotten high, which I haven't.
Snow White came out. We have seen it.
Sadly.
That's my notes. The Amateur is out. I have not seen it yet, but I want to see it soon. We have Friendship, which looks hilarious.
I need to watch his show, I Think You Should Leave, so I can fully get his style comedy. Because my favorite thing about the trailer is it seems like it's like a psychological thriller, but everything about it is not a psychological thriller, so that excites me about it.
We got Until Dawn, The Accountant 2, Sinners, which we got next episode we'll talk about because it's also an incredible movie.
Great movie.
Clown in a Cornfield, which Josh just watched.
That was legitimately great. I had so much fun with it.
Thunderbolts, which are out today. Crazy.
Wow.
Drop, The Legend of Ochi, The Last of Us first 5 episodes. I've seen 2 so far. I'll catch up.
Sorry.
I know. Then we have, out of all of those so far, what's been your favorite you've seen in the past month and a half?
That's a great... Well, I mean, I guess I would have to say Sinners. That's legitimately amazing. Aside from that, I'm biased to Last of Us. I just am. That is just how it is. But aside from those, I really, really like Drop. That one was so much fun.
I thought you'd say Warfare.
No. Warfare was fine. I enjoyed it. It was good, but it's so matter of fact because it's based on true events, and it's very much just like, here's exactly what happened. No real nuance to anything, and you don't really learn anything about any of the people once the shit goes down.
Have you seen The Surfer yet?
No.
I want to see it so badly. Nicolas Cage in any movie is always fun to me.
Oh yeah.
Let's get into our actual news today. We have Hagrid casting. Nick Frost will be Hagrid in the Harry Potter show. Whatever, man. What are we doing here?
It's, again, like, I don't think that's necessarily bad casting, but I just don't give a shit. I really don't. Like we've said before, I don't want to watch it.
Papa Isiadu, I think is pronounced his name, who's playing Snape, has made an open letter praising the trans community and being in support of them after this casting as well. I think he's accepted this role to keep bringing trans awareness and helping that cause while doing it under the pay of J.K. Rowling. If so, that's a little funny.
Yeah.
Taking her money to use for good causes would be very good.
Yeah.
I can understand that. The problem is it still puts money back in her pocket. And it'll get people to support her show, anything else in the wrong way. So it's a complicated thing. But if it can help devalue her name and brand even more, if he's like, I'm a secret agent, that'd be kind of fun. But Nick Frost casting, I think objectively is a good casting.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Again, the movies did everything so perfectly. What is this going to add? I will keep asking this. And again, I don't want to watch this. And I'm not going to watch this.
Yay or nay on the Nick Frost Hagrid?
Can I give an I don't care?
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
Moving on to the Doomsday Avengers live stream that happened.
That was the stupidest way they could have announced this.
So, Josh, what happened? Just tell the world.
So, Marvel decided that for 5 hours, they were going to live stream the announcements of the cast members for Doomsday by just having a camera just constantly...
Some of them.
Some. We don't even know if it's all of them. But
it's not all of them. Confirms more.
Great. But the whole time, it's just the camera is slowly dollying back as it goes through each person. And it went on for 5 hours. I do not know why they thought that was the best way of doing it. The cast overall, I think, is pretty interesting so far. You've got a lot of the ones that you would expect and then ones that are kind of a surprise. The Thunderbolts cast was a big surprise, but after you see the movie, it makes a lot more sense.
I have the whole list here, and it's kind of, I don't know why it spoiled 2 movies back to back. It spoiled 2 of their future movies coming out. Bad idea. It includes, their list of names here with Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Tenak Huerta, Evan Moss-Backrack, Simu Liu, Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, Louis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, Joseph Quinn, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John Kamen, Tom Hiddleston, which is also an interesting one to bring back, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, Rebecca Romaine, James Marsden, Channing Tatum, Pedro Pascal. So we have the Thunderbolts minus one that's also, in the marketing for Thunderbolts, interestingly. And then also we have a lot of the Avengers we already expecting. We have the Fantastic Four all coming back. Tom Hiddleston from Loki, which if you watch Loki Season 2, I'm assuming this part is them either going to be a flashback again or them coming into that area.
Or it'll be like a multiverse variant.
Yeah.
There's 2 that are interesting to me. You have Namor, which I think is very interesting. And then you have them bringing back some of the old X-Men actors.
Specifically, Alan Cumming throws me off. Because he denied doing X-Men 3.
And, I thought that was famously reported, he didn't like doing X-Men 2 because of all the makeup stuff. So that's interesting. I mean, he was great in it.
Money.
Yeah. But, why do they keep bringing them back? Why is Patrick Stewart here again? He has gotten killed so many times now as Professor X. And, at this point, it's just a joke to see him back. And I love him as Professor X, but this man doesn't even have, a final version of him anymore because they'll just keep bringing him back. And, both he and Ian McKellen are, damn near 90 now. What are they going to do aside from just stand there and hold out a hand? What?
Also, specifically a Channing Tatum on this list is very funny to me because he was not part of this old OG series at all.
No.
At all. So having his Gambit coming back is very funny.
It's literally just because like he became such a big meme with Deadpool that Marvel's like, oh yeah, throw him in here. It's just like this is gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
It'll be. I think this team will be the version that Channing Tatum's was from, not actually the ones from the old movies. That would make more sense to me. Because otherwise, why would you have on here both Charles and Eric, as well as having Rebecca Romaine back? I mean, like this list of people doesn't fully make sense to me otherwise. Like having Nightcrawler back again, who wasn't in the third one, wouldn't make sense alongside the rest of this group.
As we know with the X-Men series, the timeline makes no goddamn sense. So is there even really any reason to try to figure out what universe they're from? No.
I know that Alan Cumming has been on interviews recently talking about how it's been interesting being a 60-year-old superhero now, and it's like I did 20 years ago. And yeah, I had fun with it, but like the makeup was hell. I don't want to come back and do it again, but I'm doing it again now, and whatever, it's fun. I'm like he's doing stunts now again. I'm like, okay, don't break Alan Cumming.
Yeah, that's the thing that I feel like a lot of people aren't really like coming to terms with. It's like bringing these people back, it's like they're not in their prime anymore, and like a lot of them haven't done like physically demanding roles like this in so long, so like they're not going to do a lot of it themselves. It's not going to be the same either. And also I'm very worried again about just the whole filming of it, because Wyatt Russell was talking about it and he was like, yeah, I still don't have a script for it. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, which I'm like, great, we're back to this again, love it.
But here's the thing, this list of names, whatever, isn't that fascinating to me.
No.
It would be more fascinating if this was the entire cast, like guaranteed no one's joining.
The only one that I feel like for sure is not going to be in this is Tom Holland, simply because he still is filming the Odyssey, and then he has to film Spider-Man 4 like right after that.
This is an interesting group of people. I think some of this stuff will tie more into the end of Thunderbolts. We'll get into more so, but yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever.
I just hope that at minimum Secret Wars goes full bonkers insane and brings in literally everyone that we've seen, at least MCU wise, that's still around. Not like, bring in everyone from the multiverse, even though they're gonna do that, but like get all the people from the Disney Plus shows in there. Like throw in Moon Knight, throw in Miss Marvel, throw in She-Hulk. Like just go bonkers crazy with it all, because otherwise what's the point of doing Secret Wars if you're not going to go all the way with it?
I've seen some reports that people have been saying, like, pretty consistently, we're all getting, what's his face? Ian something back, who was Miles Teller and Ian, I don't remember his last name, both Mr. Fantastic, to be a part of a council of reeds, which I'm more okay with that, I think.
That could be interesting, and if that is true, that does make me curious how big the Fantastic Four will play a role in
Give
this.
me a Lego Reed in that scenario. Please.
I don't think they're going to go that far with it.
Spider-Verse did it!
Okay, but that's also Spider-Verse.
You know what? My main thing here is just whatever. I think I still would rather have an Avengers movie that's a checkpoint movie of, like, where is everyone? Why was Brave New World not Sam Wilson forming the Avengers?
Because we had to tie in Incredible Hulk for it. For some goddamn reason. That movie
17 years later?
Look, man, I don't know. That was the weirdest possible thing they could have done with that movie.
Ready, Josh?
Maybe. For what?
Live action Scooby-Doo news, Josh.
Fascinating. Go on.
Netflix is doing a Scooby-Doo series live action.
Never mind. I'm not interested.
Never mind. Backtrack. The series follows a gang. Hold on, let me phrase that. Not a gang. The series follows the gang at a summer camp.
It's Always Sunny?
This gang. At a summer camp who's team up to solve the mystery of a lost Great Dane puppy who may have witnessed a supernatural murder. Which, that would be more fun animated.
What? No.
If they had to find a dog who somehow was the only witness to a murder, or if they take this very seriously, it could be like an SNL style sketch. Also very funny, not as a whole show.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Riverdale episode 1 kind of vibes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Whatever. Someone said, please don't ruin Scooby-Doo. What do you mean ruin it? There's 70 years of stuff you can watch, or whatever. Go back and watch all of it. There's no way to ruin a brand that's around that long you can do anything with. There's always be more. Sure, I mean, I want to give it a yay just because I think the premise is fun, but like, I don't really care a ton about this right now. I've always wanted to do a live action Scooby-Doo series myself, taking it with full sincerity and like taking it seriously, but also embracing the cartoonish nature of it. That's fun. If this embraces the cartoonish nature of it, I'd be way more on board. We'll see. It's hard to say what's going on now. Yay or nay, Josh?
Tentative yay.
Oscars are adding a Best Stunts category finally in 2027. And the event will be on March 15th, 2026. And they have now put a thing in place for their screeners to require you to actually watch the whole movie before you vote.
The fact it took them this long to say that is insane.
However, there are some Oscar voters who have said they just press play on the screeners to satisfy the viewing requirements, then mute the audio or switch tabs and walk away.
Again, I must ask, why the fuck are you doing this then if you're not actually interested in doing what you're supposed to do?
If you're going through this much trouble to not watch a movie so you can vote on it, maybe you shouldn't be voting at all.
At that point, it is just a popularity contest. There are definitely wins you can tell that the people actually did watch it, and then there's ones that's just like, yeah, no one clearly watched this.
There are enough people here, like, you and I would take this job so seriously.
Even if they didn't pay me, I would do it.
Right? I love to vote in the Oscars. That'd be so much fun. I would watch everything. Send me a screener, please.
We already tried to watch everything anyways.
We're trying so hard. It's so hard to do it, though.
Yeah, they literally get it to them in either the mail or as a PDF file. Like, what the fuck, man?
Now it is an app. Now it is. I have to do it through this app. To make sure they watch it. However, maybe maybe people who don't have ways to do it, I don't know. Maybe something like a little tablet saying you have to watch a movie. I don't know how it works. But this is stupid. It's just stupid. Please watch the movies, guys. Voting on it. Also, adding a best stunts category is very cool.
Yeah.
It goes alongside the same vein to me as hair and makeup and wardrobe, everything. It's the same kind of style of thing to help make the movie create the way it looks. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. I think they're doing this the year after Mission Impossible, though, will be very funny. Overall, yay on these changes to help with things going forward.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, the thing I've been saying will happen for months. Beetlejuice 3 is in the works now, according to Deadline. The title of Beetlejuice implied a third.
Yeah.
Because there's no Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but again, I must ask, where can you take the series from here?
The second one's boring enough.
Second one doesn't really have a plot. It's just vibes and jokes, and it's great. I love it. But it's not exactly strong in the narrative.
I joked for years that the first one is no plot, just vibes. This is even less plot than the first one is.
I would say it has.
How is that possible?
I think it has a little bit more.
The second one has more of a plot than the first one? That's crazy. Okay, this is less... The second one is way more convoluted of a plot, though. I'll say that at least then.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. It's just whatever random thing we can think of, let's do it.
Yeah, that's called comedy.
It doesn't always work for me. I don't think either one is... I think they're both maximum 3-star movies, but they're fun 3-star movies at max to me. That being said, Beetlejuice 3, I will still watch in theaters. What do you think, Josh? Are you excited for Beetlejuice? Is that it?
Honestly, I don't know, because the second one was really funny, but it's one of those things I'm just like, we don't need more.
Why was there that Soul Train scene?
Look. Everyone's aware of it, and everyone, collectively grabbed at their collar like, So, like, whatever Tim Burton's got to work through, he still needs to work through it bad. Who knows? Maybe it'll be about that. Maybe we'll be exploring the Soul Train, and we'll see, like, the all ins and outs of it. Who knows?
Trailer time?
Sure.
2 trailer time.
2?
We had the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Great trailer. Are we okay? Are we going to be safe? I don't know. Was such a sincerely sad moment. I love that. I really love Pedro's performance so far. I love that we finally get to see him stretch a little bit, literally. You can see. And it's very clearly why he doesn't have white on his collar. Like, everyone else has these white collars. He does not. It's not just for variety's sake. It makes it easier to have the effects. Very clearly to me. Get the proportions better. I think it works really well, this trailer as a whole. I love kids cheering to the thing. Lift the car! This car, yeah! That's fun. It's cute. Seeing Shia LaBeouf as Silver Surfer is great. Not just Nora and Rod, who is her husband in the comics as well, who famously is who everyone knows as a Silver Surfer. It's like, they gender bent this one. No, they actually didn't. They really didn't. This is a different character from the comics. It's as simple as that.
It's always funny that those people that are like that are from the ones like that are like comic book TikTok and stuff. It's just like, so you don't even like know what you're talking about, what your brand is, you idiot.
Sure. Down without anything here.
Very down for it. I'm very excited.
Any main notes or thoughts you have on the trailer as a whole?
Looks cool. I'm very curious how Doom potentially fits into any of this. I don't know if he will at all, but I mean, just the whole thing is going to be very neat to see.
Weapons trailer.
I'm excited
Both
for this one.
The teaser and the full trailer. Yeah. Clearly a school shooting allegory to me. A classroom of missing kids. The main thing being called weapons. It also feels like everyone's getting mad at the teachers for not doing enough. It feels like what it's about. But also, his last movie being Barbarian makes me concerned.
From the vibes of this, I think that it's leaning much more into straight up, like, serious horror. Like, I don't doubt there might be, like, a funny moment here or there, but I don't think it's going to be as drastic as Barbarian was. When
I say concerned also, I don't mean, like, concerned for how he would approach this. I mean, concerned for how uncomfortable I will get because I love Barbarian so much.
Yeah.
Barbarian might be my favorite horror movie at this point. It's up there for sure. God, the tape measure scene does crack me up. It's like, oh, ooh, a whole basement here. How much more square footage can I get? Great movie there. Weapons looks great overall. The imagery, even though it's that first teaser of just the arm is out, kids running away, is so unsettling. But yeah, I'm on board for this.
Yeah, that teaser was all I needed to get me to go see the movie. But the trailer itself is also really good. I'm very excited to see what this will be.
Did you see that Jordan Peele got pissed off because he lost the bidding? He fired his agent over this movie.
Fair.
He's like, there was a huge bidding war for this movie specifically, and apparently this script is incredible, and like it was one of the biggest bidding wars in a while. And when Jordan Peele didn't get it, he fired his agent immediately for it.
Fair.
I'm like, I need to see this movie because that man also knows how to do horror pretty well. Yeah. And allegorical horror.
If he's not making it, he loves producing it.
Let's get on to our Spider-Man news today.
Spider-Man.
Yep, Spider-Man. We have our news with a brand new Spider-Man title, A Brand New Day for our fourth movie. And we have a Liza Colon-Zayas. I'm not pronouncing her name at all. I'm very sorry. I'm a very, very white man. Liza, I think Colon-Zayas is the name. She has been cast in this movie. Do not know who she's playing. She is 52 years old and has Puerto Rican descent, I've been told.
She is famously recently from The Bear.
And she also lives in the Bronx, New York. Just other extra fun facts. I'm saying things that might imply a Miles Morales. She could be Rita Morales.
Oh, that didn't even clock for me at all.
But I'm just saying that would be amazing.
It would be, but also at the same time, I don't think bringing in Miles right now is the
I'm not
the right
saying
move.
Introducing Miles as Spider-Man right now. You don't even having him exist.
No, I know, but as soon as you bring in Miles, then that's going to be the direction it's going. Like, we can't just let Peter be himself for even, like, a bit. It's got to be building to something bigger. He's had one movie where he's gotten to do something small.
What was small?
Homecoming.
I guess. It's still an Avengers tech and things, probably. I don't know, it felt like it was just this scale.
To me, that feels like just a natural part of the world, because that happens all the time in the comics. But like Far From Home, he's literally, out of New York, he's going all over the world. No Way Home, whole multiversal stuff. Then you have the Avengers shit. I was like, his life is now in the shitter. It's in the dumps. We're back to like square one for him. So like, let's give him just something small, something normal for him to deal with. Don't give me something big, please don't.
This also is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who did Shang-Chi, as we know, and we now have news that the stunt coordinator is the same one who did the one for Shang-Chi. So all the same fight, like the bus fight style, will be the same kind of fight styles like we might be getting here, the hand-to-hand combat.
I really hope so, because I would love to see a different kind of style for the fight scenes for Spider-Man. Not to say that any of them in the past movies have necessarily been bad, but like I think it would be very cool to see something different this time.
Also, Destin Daniel Cretton reportedly said if they do multiverse, he will not be on board.
Cool.
It requires, you want to do is bring it back as to be as small scale as possible.
Glad that he realizes that that's the direction it needs to go.
That's what fans want also. I want to see the friendly neighborhood Spider. Even give me a fun college Peter Parker.
Yeah, give me something where it's not, the biggest world-ending stakes ever. Like, I love the newest Spider-Man show, Friendly Neighborhood. Like, that one was great, and that was, again, like, there's still bigger things that happen from time to time, but it is still him being, like, grounded and doing, like, neighborhood shit. It's great. I loved it.
We also have reporting casting, I think. I don't know who it is, but reportedly a Martin Lee has been cast.
Okay.
A Mr. Negative has been cast.
I mean, Feast was introduced in No Way Home, so it wouldn't surprise me if he gets brought in, because I think he's a pretty cool character.
But like, they're thinking he might be the villain of the movie is Mr. Negative. And you fine with that?
Yeah, I think he's a pretty neat character.
Pretty good villain in the game, too. I wish that they didn't market it that way in the game.
I thought that was a great misdirection. It was wonderful.
Yeah, this seems fun. Brand New Day seems like a good approach for everything here. Let's get into our last bit of news here. We have our Sunrise on the Reaping casting, followed by our Star Wars Celebration stuff. Let's do Sunrise on the Reaping first. This is the next Hunger Games thing. It's a prequel, which is around the Haymitch games. One thing I like about Susan Collins is she only writes a book if she has something she needs to say. There's always something that's like about the world around us that's like she wants to get across. Joseph Zada has been cast as Haymitch, which, first off, he looks like a young Woody Harrelson.
Yep.
This is his picture, if you know it at all. And on top of that, I really love, but I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Whitney Peak has been cast as Lenore Dove Baird, which is Lucy Gray Baird is the main character in the last one, so similar family, I guess. McKenna Grace has been cast as Maisie Lee Donner. I don't know these characters. I haven't not read the book. I don't really know these characters' names, who they are, but
I've started reading
like
the book. These seem pretty good choices.
And then Jesse Plemons will be Plutarch Heavensby, which is incredible casting.
I love it. It would have been really cool if they got Cooper Hoffman to do it, but I think he's like just a little bit too young.
Well, I think it's a big ask because maybe he probably doesn't want to play his dead father's one of his biggest roles. It's a weird thing to do. Same thing with people say they want to keep for Sutherland to be President Snow. Like, that's also a weird thing to ask someone to do. I don't know. I get it, but it's also just a big ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love this casting. They have the same face. They have the same facial features there for a lot of it. Yeah. And I think it's just perfect. Jesse Plemons is an incredible actor. I want to see you do more. So I'm always down to see him do more things. Yay to all these castings. I think there's not been a bad Hunger Games casting, I think, ever. No. Like, even I don't agree with the choices of like having Jennifer Lawrence and Peter Lark's actor's name, Josh Hutcherson, being like, and of course Hemsworth. They're all too old. I mean, like 22. They look older than 17 to me by a lot. Mean,
yeah, but that happens.
Sure, I just wish that the games looked like children sometimes also, because I'm like it would be a better impact on what the story actually is. Because actually, there's a great illustrated book about the first Hunger Games, where it's all illustrated and actually looks like kids in their actual very age appropriate ages, and like that's hard to get through. Yeah, but that's also harder to get a movie made. Yeah. Let's go to our Star Wars news and end off our news today, Josh. Oh boy. We got this is Star Wars Celebration news. A new Star Wars trilogy is confirmed to be in the works from Simon Kinberg. Films from James Mangold, Charmin Obaid-Chinoy, and Taika Waititi are still in the works. Those separate films there.
Wasn't Taika's film announced way long ago?
Yes, whatever. It's still in the works, according to this. But we have more updates on it, too. Tony McNamara, who wrote Poor Things in The Favorite, is now writing the script for Taika's film. Okay. So Taika's not involved with the script, which might help some people's comprehension. Yeah. And then we have our next news about a movie called Star Wars Starfighter, starring Ryan Gosling, and will be directed by Sean Levy. Oh, yeah. And described as a standalone adventure. Takes place a few years after the events of Rise of Skywalker and begins filming this fall. Having the name Starfighter is such a vague name for it, so I don't even know some of that, but
it's such a vague name, but it's also very funny and kind of telling that they offered Mikey Madison the lead female role and she turned it down. So I'm just like, I wonder, she now knows her worth as an actor, and I think that she knows that this is kind of beneath her.
I think Gosling will have fun with it, though.
Oh, Gosling will definitely have fun with it. I don't fault him for wanting to do fun things, but I like that Mikey was just like, if I'm going to choose a big movie to do next, it ain't going to be this.
It's also where you are in your career, for sure. Yeah. And it will be released during the 50th anniversary of A New Hope on May 28th, 27, that same week. So that's fun. We also have more Star Wars stuff. We got our first look at Sigourney Weaver will be in Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't care.
She'll be playing a pilot.
Cool. Good for her.
Actually, how dare you? I will always be on board Sigourney Weaver being in anything.
I'm not against Sigourney Weaver. I'm against this movie's existence. That's my issue with it.
Jabba the Hutt's son Rada, who was the main MacGuffin in the Clone Wars animated movie from 2007, remember? Will be a gladiator with massive biceps, played by Jeremy Allen White. For those who can't see, Josh is rolling, laughing right now, and then he is rolling back in his chair all over.
Every part of that statement got more insane as it went along. Okay, now I'm on board with this.
This will get Josh on board with the movie.
I will go see it purely for this insanity. I don't know why they're acting like that Jabba the Hutt's son is a human. He's not. But
No. He will still be CGI, I think. I think.
Oh, God.
I saw a concept art the other day of this, and I want to find... Yeah, here it is. You want to see a picture?
Please.
This is horrifying. Here you go. And again, I think it's mocap for Jeremy Allen White doing this.
Oh, beautiful. Can't
Are you
wait.
More on board?
I'm on board, but for all the wrong reasons.
Ready for our last piece of news here?
Sure.
For Star Wars? I should have ended with that. I'm sorry. A new animated series is in the works. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, which is a long title. Star Wars Maul: Shadow Lord is too long of a title for a TV show. It will release in 2026. Follows Darth Maul navigating life between the events of Star Wars Rebels, including a training of Padawan, a show I've not watched and I do not care about. But
I thought that Maul got killed in Rebels.
I don't know what happens in Star Wars, Josh. I've seen the movies. That should be enough.
Why did I say I think he got killed? He shows up in Solo. What am I saying?
Yeah. He becomes a weird tentacle man with the robot legs, whatever.
At least this is animated, but I also know it's going to be in the style of like Clone Wars and Rebels. And honestly, I'm not really a fan of that style.
Also, there will be an AT-AT fight in Mandalorian Grogu, if it matters at all to you.
Ooh.
Pictures. But imagine we get to see Jeremy Allen White as Rata the Hutt with a gladiator with giant biceps.
Oh, Lord.
Why are the biceps part noted in the sentence?
I don't know, but it makes me curious.
Let's get on to Thunderbolts! Asterisk, which is important, but they already spoiled that.
Yeah.
But I will, this will be non-spoilers first, followed by our spoiler section, very clearly marked down below in the description. If you're listening on Spotify, it is still in the notes. If you're listening on Apple Music, everything is there. Just look down below, you can find it in the notes still. And the timestamps might be a little bit off because we do have ads to play before and after, and sometimes mid-roll ads, and that's because we want this podcast to keep staying around, and it helps us, keep it around. But if it's a little off, you can always look and tentatively just keep scrolling forward and see. It'll always be around that timestamp mark. But Josh, let's get into the Thunderbolts. Let's start with Yelena Belova being a guinea pig parent now, which comes back in Hawkeye, and that was so well done. I thought it did. Was I wrong?
I don't remember. Granted, I haven't watched Hawkeye since it first came out, so I have no idea.
Let me look this up, because I'm pretty sure.
Was it like a line that she said?
I thought that she had it with her at one point in the Kate Bishop room.
I don't remember, but Hawkeye takes place before this.
Maybe not. You're right. So probably not. Never mind. You're right, but regardless, she's a guinea pig parent now. That's the movie.
That's the only thought that stuck with him for the entire thing.
I will say, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is great.
Oh yeah.
She clearly has seen 3 movies probably ever. That's all she needs to do.
Yeah. It's funny though that Marvel had no real idea of how to build her up at all. Like they were trying to build her up in some kind of way, and like watching this, I'm like, we didn't really need a build up for her character at all. Like kind of like doing a reverse Nick Fury kind of thing, but they also did that kind of piss poorly. Great character, so much fun, but very weird that they were like, we gotta build her up. I'm like, you don't really need to.
I have questions about her in this movie. We'll get into it in spoilers, because I have more about the dynamics now we have of this group. I'm going to say the word group right now loosely. I have a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of huge things that we can talk about later on. But let's talk about favorite member of this group we see. Let's go through. We have Taskmaster. We have Bob. We have Yelena, U.S. agent. I'm just going to say Bob again, but it's not right, because I'm just going to say other versions. Ghost, Bucky, Red Guardian. Who's your favorite member you see? Mine's Taskmaster.
I think it's between Yelena and Red Guardian.
I think I'm a Bob guy.
I do love Bob. Bob was great.
He also asked, "Can we change his name?" They said no. Can we play with Robert? No, can't. Sorry, he is Bob. Like has been calling Bob for like 30, 40 years now. He's just Bob.
That's great. And I do have to say, like, as cool as it would have been seeing Steven Yeun play this role, I really think that Lewis Pullman, like, did a fantastic job with it and really got, like, the depressed nature of the character down really well. If you haven't seen Bad Times at the El Royale, go see that. He is fantastic in that.
I haven't seen it yet.
You should.
The premise of this is so fascinating to me, because it's people who Julia Louis-Dreyfus has worked with before, these agents she's had. Mm-hmm. She was a CIA director or whatever. And they're investigating her because she's done like, hey, you've done some shitty thing. He's like, what? No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Throw away the evidence.
Literally, that's the plot. It's okay. Evidence goes in one room, incinerate it, but also bring all my loose ends, my agents, into that room. If Yelena didn't do the phone call, just stay off the grid, she would have been great. She could have testified. The whole movie would have been avoided.
Yeah.
Yep. I really love that they changed Sentry a little bit, or one specific thing, that in the comics, he steals Project Sentry formula, thinking it's a drug, because he's a heavy drug addict. Mm-hmm. They kept the drug part of this. He's like, I was on meth, which is so funny to me, the chicken scene. I think it's really good. They have him say, I want to be better. I want to try to get some purpose in life. That's an interesting way to navigate the character instead of it being a complete action on his part.
Yeah.
It shows early on that he wants to have that hope for himself first. I think that's a really important thing, is like, I'm trying, so let me try, find some kind of purpose. And that's good. I think it's a good message to bring that gets muddled a bit in some parts of the movie, but I think it always stays as a good through line.
I think that that's probably, and we'll get more into this in the spoilers with more specifics, but I think that the way that it explores like his darkness inside of him and just like kind of the depressed nature of his life and how that affects him, but not just him, but like Yelena and so many of the other ones as a whole, I think was the best part of the movie to me. I really liked how much this was just wanting to explore those darker parts of ourselves and really try to help come to terms with it and really just be like, yeah, like, you know, don't push that down. Pushing it down is very bad. Just letting it out, even though it'll hurt, it will be better. Like, I think that it was done really well.
Yeah, good time. Also, I've been describing lately as a movie with a first act and a third act, not really a second act. It kind of just goes from major setup to, here we go. I'm like, oh, okay. And I think it does work overall for this movie. I think I would have wanted a bit more, like an extra like 20 minutes or so in that middle would have helped, I think, a bit with some of the character stuff that's going on. But I like also the fast-paced nature. I'm kind of contradicting myself on that, but I don't know which one I prefer fully. But an extra 20, 30 minutes, I think, could have been a beneficial thing in the middle.
I think that the length and the pace of this worked really well for me. I think that it was like the right length for it. There's probably some stuff you could have expanded on, but I think that everything that we had was what we needed for this to like really work.
Why is James Buchanan Barnes a congressman?
Great question. I think it's one of those things that Marvel was just like, hey, let's like try this and like, you know, we'll see if it does anything. No. And it's never going to come back because the first time it's ever introduced is in one scene in Brave New World. And then we haven't had...
It's kind of ended here-ish?
Yeah, it's ended here and we don't... Why? Why was he in Congress? What was that for? Who was that for? I don't think that Bucky ever had political aspirations.
Well, keep in mind, Bucky in the comics is like 8 or 12 or whatever, so it's a bit different. I think it's interesting here because clearly it's I want to stop fighting. I want to stop using my fists and actually help the system. But the whole critique here is the system doesn't work. What do you think we already see in our current presidential administration? What's going on?
Yeah.
So I think the intention was along those lines of we can see that everyone's disgruntled with the political system we have in place. But to our main character here, trying to fix it from the inside and then decide that can't work. Back to my fists again.
Yeah, I think that if anything that could have been expanded on a bit probably would just be Bucky. Because I think that he's in here a good amount, but it's those aspects that I'm like, we could have used like a little bit more of that.
He does have the funniest line in the whole movie, though.
Which
about
one?
Shame rooms.
Oh, yeah.
It's the funniest thing.
It's great.
Oh my god, my life's been great. That was amazing. Yeah, I don't have any notes on it because I watched in theaters, but like I really loved how Ghost's entire personality is just I'm cool. That's all it is. There's nothing more to Ghost besides I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
I love Walker is an asshole through like the whole thing. And he's just like, but I was Captain America. And everyone's like, yeah, and you're a dick, man. What else?
I do think you should have watched Black Widow and Falcon and Winter Soldier before seeing this movie.
Yeah, that's also the unfortunate thing with like this era of Marvel right now is that there are some movies where you'll get what's going on, but you'll really appreciate it if you've seen the shows, which, you know, can go back and forth of like being a good thing and a bad thing. I think that if you haven't, I think you'll be fine with this, but it definitely does help to have seen those to get this.
Specifically with John Walker stuff, because the Black Widow things in this, I think you can avoid if you go into something. John Walker took a serum, became super soldier, but also made his brain go a little funky because that's what it does.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. That's enough you really need to know the character. He's a dick. He was on Captain America for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Samuelson said no. But then, in this case, because Samuelson wanted to give the shield to a museum. That was his entire plan. And the government said no to that. But I think you need to have watched Black Widow, like, regardless, no matter what.
Yeah, just to really get, like, who Yelena is a lot more. And, like, her relationship with
Technically,
Alexei.
You should watch Hawkeye, too, because her character arc is also continued in there. Pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can skip it, but you'll miss context for who she is.
It's not super necessary, but it does help.
Right. Taskmaster, I think you need more context. I think that watching Black Widow would help, but isn't needed. It helps with the dynamic between her and Yelena. I don't understand the context there, but that's all you need.
Yeah. But in the grand scheme, you don't. In the grand scheme.
And then Ghost, I think, again, you aim in the Wasp, but not needed. Her whole personality is just, I'm cool, I can phase through things. And she explains her powers in less than a minute, saying, I can go through things for 1 minute, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's her powers. They originally going to have Lawrence Fishburne in this movie again, like reprising his role as the big boy, giant man, or whatever. Mm-hmm. What's the character's name? I don't remember. But he was the Ghost helper, or whatever.
Yeah.
That would have been good. I think it would have been helpful. But the movie overall was just fun.
Yeah, it was honestly a really fun time.
I don't have a lot of complaints overall. Besides, I think the pacing for me is a little off at times, but again, that's a personal thing. It's not everyone. Like, clearly Josh Style is fine. I really, really liked that the fight was not a fight at the end.
Yeah, the way that they solved the issue in this, I thought was really, really creative and really smart. Because when you know who Sentry is and you know what these people are capable of doing, they should be just flattened like a pancake pretty easily. I like that they were smart about how they fixed it. And not just in terms of that, but also in terms of tying it into the themes of the movie, I thought was really well done.
I will say, Jake Schreier, the director, did make a comment originally on the inspiration for the effect of the void. I'm not going to spoil anything about it. I'm just saying that in a vague sense. If you know the movie. It's in the trailers too. You can see there's like blackened shadows. Like people get put into shadows on the ground. That was inspired by Hiroshima.
Yeah, it's definitely effective in terms of just like, oh my god, okay.
There's a moment with Red Guardian right before that made me almost cry and laugh. There was a bit of a gasp moment there and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it was. Oh no! That was a great moment. Why can 6 super soldiers not lift a fucking rock at one point? Biggest coin in the world! I really like that John Walker can jump really high, but not that high. That was funny, the moment in the elevator.
Yeah.
But I can't go that high. I love the moment where they're all back-to-back linking arms trying to climb up a wall. That's fun.
Yeah, I really love the way the dysfunction of this group of, like, none of them like each other, but they recognize just like, look, I hate you, but we gotta get out of here, and sadly, I need your help to get out of here.
I love that the word Thunderbolts comes from Yelena teasing John Walker.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the name. For context, this isn't a spoiler at all, but John Walker is like, yeah, I was this many tours, hostage, whatever. And then also varsity football captain in high school, where it's like, oh yeah, I played Pee-wee soccer on the team called the Thunderbolts with this mascot. Now we're all sharing our dumb kid stories. What actually next? And that was a really fun joke.
Yeah.
Then of course her quote unquote dad's like, the Thunderbolts, and that's just fun.
That's also my favorite thing about his relationship with Yelena. Even though they're not technically real father-daughter, he still like is so genuine.
No, it was real. It was real to me.
It was so genuine and so sweet. Like when they're in the limo and John's just like, "Yeah, go Thunderbolts," and Alexi's just like, oh, "You named him after your Pee-wee soccer team?" Like he was so like that filled him with such joy. It was so great.
It would be really funny though if we had a picture of that soccer team wrestling in Black Widow. It'd be kind of cute.
Yeah.
But I also love that in the comics they have no relation whatsoever in any way. Red Guardian is just another guy, separate part of the universe, never talked to Yelena before pretty much. Just funny to me.
It's fine.
My favorite line probably is the "Daddy, I'm so alone." Like, aw.
That scene was one of my favorites. That was so well done. Florence Pugh, fantastic. Need her in more Marvel.
There are some characters I wanted more of. I wanted more of 2 obvious characters. I'm like actually 1 obvious character, and then I really wanted more of Ghost backstory stuff again. So it's really like we didn't. I know back in the Wasp we had like her actual backstory, but we didn't get to see much about her. I think her shame room would have been really helpful.
Yeah, I think that just learning like a little bit more about her specifically in her time since could have been nice. Again,
yeah,
we have a good sense of who she is, but it's always nice to have like just like a little bit more to dig with. And
I get the joke with Bucky. I get it.
Yeah.
But also having them have shame rooms, all of them, and having all of them have to fight through it together to get to them would have been more impactful than just we're all appearing. But I like the surprise aspect as well. So I don't really know which one I fully prefer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yelena's hair is cool. Like, genuinely. And Bucky's hair was everyone's like, that's so good. But of course, it was a wig. See his head shaved for a lot of this movie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
At first, like, when I saw Bucky's hair, I was just like, why is it like this? But then, like, throughout the movie, it grew on me.
Yeah, you were commenting on how much you didn't like it originally. When the first trailer came out, you were like, this sucks.
Yeah, because, like, a lot of it was just him standing still, and I was just like, why are they going, like, trying to make it longer, but not long enough?
He gets a superhero theme for the first time. He had a Winter Soldier, like,
that's true,
ominous
he did.
theme, and that was cool. People were like, you should have a superhero name now instead of Winter Soldier. But I'm like, no, I don't actually. Right now in the comics, he's going by Revolution, and it's the exact same outfit he wears at the end of this movie with the red star and everything. I'm like, that could be kind of cool.
That could be kind of cool, but Winter Soldier is such a cool name, though.
Well, Winter Soldier as a brainwashed assassin is what he was. So
yeah, but he could change people's perceptions on it.
Then I'm saying I am the Revolution is kind of cool.
But that's a different name.
If they refer to him like how we first got the name Vision in Age of Ultron, I'm like, I had a vision and it's safe with the Vision. Like they're referring to him in it tangentially like that that man is a revolution. Go on his own. That could have been an epic way to do it. Like have him his experience like being a force like to be reckoned with in a positive way, starting like actual revolutions. Because a lot of his time as Winter Soldier was toppling governments.
Yeah.
As we saw. So if he had it as an opposing way, that could be really fascinating.
Yeah.
Red Guardian is still so much fun.
Oh yeah.
I prefer his old suit. I think in this one it's just like I have rare body armor pieces, but I don't know. It's fun. U.S. Agent has more of a comic book look now. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I like the way his suit and shield were in this.
The taco?
Yeah.
Calling a cowl or a helmet a hat made me laugh so hard. So I had that exact discussion in real life before, but it's not a hat. It's a mask, it's a cowl, it's a helmet. Any other words are fine, but not a hat. Yeah, I don't really know what else. I really enjoyed this movie. The car road trip is so much fun to me.
Yeah.
The act of defending each other to help mutually get out together. I think Bob's moment when he's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself for them. Everyone's like, no, he loved them so much. Like, no, I think he just wanted to die.
Yeah.
I think he was fine. He was okay dying before. He's like, y'all could just leave me in here. Like, no, we're getting you out. He was forced to get out before.
Yeah.
I also think Yelena, the biggest mistake the entire movie makes, I mean, as from a character, is Yelena saying, you can't trust me to him in that cave. It's like, don't trust me.
I mean, you could tell she was joking. Like, they both, like, laughed it off.
Sure, but there was an inherent truth of, like, I'm a spy, I think if she was very blunt saying, you can trust me, it could have helped even more later on, potentially. But I don't know. I really liked my Scooby-Doo now. I don't want to spoil yet because there's some things we can still talk about non-spoilers, but like the limo service, very fun.
Yeah.
Does Dreyfus not vet her limo driver companies? It's called the Red Guardian Limo Service.
She doesn't know who that is.
It's a little funny though. Josh, what's the plot of the movie besides they all got trapped here? What is Bucky's plot? Like, what is his arc for you?
Bucky wants to do good in the system, but he sucks at it. So he's trying to be like, hey, like, you know, like if you want to help me, I can help you, and like, you know, do secret stuff. But also, I don't do secret stuff anymore. And then she's just like, I need you to do that secret stuff. He's like, you know what? I'm in. I'll do that secret stuff.
Damn it, I'm in. You sold me.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Geraldine Viswanathan was her name. She plays Mel, who people have been having shipping them together. Like, but it's weird because age gap. There's no age gap for him at all anywhere. He's like 110 whatever. He's gonna date 89-year-olds or something. Because like Mel is like 30. That's different from being like an 18-year-old. I'm watching The Vampire Diaries with my fiance, and the 17-year-olds with 28-year-olds who are actually 110 whatever. Stop that. No more. Twilight does it to how long have you been 17? So long. Stop it. All this stuff.
Stop it.
Why are they all wanting to be with teenagers in vampire media? I'm so done with that idea. Let's get into, I think, the best part of the movie to me, which is still Bob. In a non-spoiler way, Bob is the Sentry. The Sentry program, he was a depressed guy with memory lapse issues, drug addict, was in Malaysia, and is like, you know what? I want to help people. I'm going to do this. Donate my body to science, help with medical stuff. Maybe I'll do better in life. Not knowing that the whole plan was to kill off everyone dead just for testing, basically.
Yep.
But the testing worked on one dude, the worst dude possible. For these failed super soldier programs that keep happening, they're often better than the super soldier serum.
Yeah, but they can have some pretty bad side effects too, depending.
It shouldn't have had any, but I'll get into more of the character, I think, in spoilers now. But do you want to jump ahead of spoilers, Josh?
I'd say so. Because you can't really talk about Bob without getting into spoilers about who he is. Okay,
so spoilers from here on out. If you want to jump to our super weird story section, you can go ahead and do so now. There are timestamps down below. It's a fun one this time, I promise. It's when we skipped last time. So, Josh, Taskmaster got shot in the head. Why isn't that a bulletproof mask?
Because I don't think that she ever really anticipated needing one.
Why also? We had 5 years in time since between the two movies. We should have had actual character development and had that character do something. I'm so upset the wasted potential.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that's the problem with the MCU as a concept, is that you can't have that kind of growth like you can in comics. And, you know, sadly, sometimes those sacrifices get made. I wish he developed a comic book Tony's personality a bit. Not Tony Stark, Tony, as in like the Antonia's Tony from Taskmaster. I wish he developed that sarcastic humor at this point. I wish he actually talked in this movie once. She has a line. She has a line. That's what I mean. Like, I think it's so stupid to bring her here to kill her. Like, at this point, don't even introduce her. You could just not have her in the scene at all. It was one of those things I'm just like, in the grand scheme of things, why was she here?
Right.
Because also, like, the way that they finished her character in Black Widow could imply that, like, she would be done with all this. Like, because now she has her freedom.
Or even if she's on her own doing stuff, she doesn't necessarily work for Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character, for Veep woman.
Yeah.
Like, there was no meeting between them, so they didn't. Why was she even there? It wasn't needed.
No.
Because that's just such a cool character. I would have loved to see more of. I love that. My favorite part of the whole thing, the spoilers here, they're now promoting this as the new Avengers with Taskmaster still on the posters. Like, you're spoiling that, but not that. That's a wild choice.
It's certainly that whole aspect of just like, yeah, we're gonna reveal the real title of the movie now. I'm just like, the movie's been out for like a day, guys. What do you mean?
2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, I'd be more fine with it.
Yeah, I'd still be like, do we really need to? But like, there's a part of me that gets it. And
it was 3 days.
Yeah, it was way too soon. But I will say that being the reason for the asterisk, I think is pretty funny.
So I think that, let's say before to you, they can't. Sentry is a character I really like. This is probably a decent comic book interpretation of the character on screen, actually. Like, overall, pretty good job. I think it's funny they used hair dye to make him blonde instead of just having him be blonde. That's funny. I don't even know where to begin. Let's start with Yelena, I guess. Again, no spoilers here. I really, really love her entire character arc so much. And I love the wanting to find a group and a hope, and so now at the end of the day, and her father quote unquote actually supporting in that and being a big push to actually have a group together. That I'm so alone speech means a lot more when we see everything else that's happening around them. It's great.
Yeah.
Natasha's been gone for a while. They have been blipped back at least for a year since then.
It seems like that where the MCU is right now, or at least the events of this, has only been a year since everyone got back.
Yeah. Fine. Whatever. Which means we saw Taskmaster get free in 2016-ish.
It would have been like 2016, 2017, like around that time.
So it's been so many years. Why are they still a non-character? That's really upsetting, actually.
Maybe she got blipped, and so she didn't have enough time to be a full character.
John Walker, that's still enough time. John Walker, people who are defending John Walker as a character still, like, stop, please. They're like, the flashback makes him look better. The flashback makes him look worse.
Like, the man is an asshole. Like, that's the whole
neglecting
point.
His wife and child. Yeah, of course they should leave him, and he's a bad person.
Like, I think if he hadn't taken the serum, then I can understand defending him more. But again, after he took the serum, he just point blank murdered a man in the streets.
He wouldn't have done that regardless, man.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan's character is fascinating in this for sure. I do love the motorcycle, the gun, the bomb scene. They're like, here's here, all of us, and he explodes her car too. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us more for Ghost to do besides just like aura form. Besides just like, I'm so cool. Oh my god.
And this is also just very fascinating to me to think about, like, because now they are the new Avengers. They're like the official Avengers team. I'm just like, we have an Avengers team.
No, they're the official new Avengers, separate team. It's important.
But it's also just, it's so funny to me because like that team is comprised of 3 super soldiers and 2 assassins, and then Bob.
It would have been better with Taskmaster, like as an idea.
As an idea, yeah, but still, it's just very funny to me. But also, the movie acknowledges that, like, this is kind of an insane Avengers lineup. I like that they are acknowledging that.
You know what's funny to me? We could have had the actual Avengers from comic books in this, because we have pretty much everyone besides, like, Spider-Woman.
Well, yeah, but then that would have been an entirely different movie, though.
Sure, I know that, but this team is the Dark Avengers. They're just calling the New Avengers.
Yeah, because at first when they announced it, I was just like, so these are the Dark Avengers? And then, like, once you know the name Thunderbolts, it's like, so it's a different group. And then you see it's like, okay, so no, it is, but they're calling it the New Avengers, which is a different Avengers group from the Dark Avengers.
The only New Avengers character that's the same from the comic books to screen here is Sentry.
Yeah.
It's Sentry, Spider-Man, Iron Man, which you could have used like Ironheart or War Machine, Spider-Woman, Captain America, Wolverine, Ronan. Often Luke Cage is there, Winter Soldier. I've seen Namor, but like there's a lot of different teams you could use. The Thing is often a member. I've seen edits for with like this. You could have used this group with Wolverine, maybe not Wolverine, but you could use someone like that, and then just have Captain Marvel, Luke Cage. We have Luke Cage. He exists in the MCU somewhere.
That is true. Daredevil came back, which means the rest of the Defenders exist.
Interesting choice to have Sentry be the only same member of the New Avengers. Sentry's main role in the comics is stay out of the way. Please forget who you are. The Void also is, first off, a scarier looking being in the comic books. I sent Josh a picture today.
Yeah, it's a little bit of nightmare fuel, but I really love the way that they designed him in this. I think it was pretty cool.
Hot take, they should have all been killed, actually. The Void's entire thing is everyone you save, I kill someone an equal number.
Yeah, but also that would have been too depressing, and then nothing would have been fulfilled by the end.
No, I get that. Well, the actual way to stop the Void is, okay, make the entire world forget that Sentry/the Void exists.
It's a little bit difficult in the age of social media. I'm gonna be real with you here.
Here's the thing. Well, they did it for Peter Parker. So here's the thing. The clue, every once in a while, Bob regains a memory of Sentry back. Mm-hmm. And so he kept aspect of his memory problems in the movie here. But in the comic books, every time he remembers again, like, oh yeah, I can be Sentry, I can help people again. He starts remembering he has powers. The clue to the other Avengers is when that memory happens, part of it is still written in comic books around. So he can see comic book adventures with Sentry existing. Because one comic book artist gets memories of it happening too. Mm-hmm. I think it's like an allegory for Stan Lee or whatever, but the idea is really fascinating. Okay. So the Avengers like, who is this? Who is this guy? Every comics like, they drew him with us and stuff. What is going on? Like a fictional, their idea is fictionalized events, but it actually happened. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really hard to do. I thought that they could not do they could not do the Void without having him always have been there in the Avengers event. They're going to do like flashback, and so with memory problems, he's been keeping erased forever. But the idea here is also fascinating of just Bob's an idiot. It's also kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
And he's just not going to become Sentry ever in this project. He's like, I'm going to keep.
I think they're playing it in the way that like it's the case of like he can be Sentry and like he can do good as it, but it's kind of like on a timer thing. Like the longer he is, like the more aggressive and the more aggravated he gets, till eventually like he'll snap and become the Void. So it literally is a last use resort kind of thing, which I think they're gonna use to their advantage in Thunderbolts in Doomsday.
They did. Do you know what the Sentry's actual powers are? Basically,
the sun.
Well, he has the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. That's correct. That's not even a joke. That's what his powers are described as. On top of that, picture Superman mixed with Green Lantern with telekinesis and matter manipulation. So the Void only exists because his mental health is really bad. He has really bad problems with that, and long-term drug addict, which also is here. But also, a psychic told him it's real, so he created it real. He never thought of it existing, but because in his subconscious, someone else brought up the idea of your darkness is a void inside you, and it will attack those around you, or something like that. It became real. Similar to like they've done that kind of thing before in other movies. Like even in New Mutants, they had like the Big Bear became because the subconscious made it real. So the Void is literally just because someone told him it can't. The Void inside you exists, and will hurt others. So he made it a thing. He is a really cool character. He often will be on the New Avengers. Something like every time the memories get erased, people forget. It's a cycle again. It's like, oh, I forgot who he is. Oh, I remember who I am. Who's that guy? Let's bring him on the team. Like a constant cycle, and it's very funny. So he's been in almost every major Marvel event that's happened for like many years, but no one knows he was there. So he's like not in the panels or whatever. They often will like redraw him in there and stuff. It's very funny. I really wanted something to happen in here, but because I had him take the serum at this point in time, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Lastly, with Bob, I think what they did was really clever. Really, really, really clever overall.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying they did a decently comic accurate job on the character. The shame rooms, wild.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool concept.
Josh, describe how the Void works in this.
So in this, when Bob voids you, you don't just get killed. You get sent to literally the deepest, darkest recesses of your memory and relive the worst parts of your life in just a constant loop. It never stops. And
but as a viewer of it.
Yeah, as a viewer, you can't stop it. You can only watch. Now, and if you break out of one room, it just sends you into another just terrible memory. And it seems like there is no escape from it.
I love the faith that they all had in Elena for not committing suicide, but thinking there's a better way to get here. It was fascinating. Like,
yeah.
Because you see it, the whole movie was also kind of about a leap of faith, and that's what she did here. It's like, I believe there's more to this. I'll try and go to him.
Yeah.
Because for all she knew, she could have just died immediately. That's it. And they all could have just fallen and died immediately. But her breaking through and finding Bob, and her ignoring the bad things and saying, Bob, I'm coming to you, and where are you? It was good. Mm-hmm. His little attic of the best room, and then, okay, show us the worst one. Also really fascinating.
Yeah.
I really liked that. Again, that's my thing. I like the surprise aspect of all him showing up, but also it would be really interesting seeing all fight to get to him, too. I'm on two sides of that. I have two bears inside me. Fighting for control.
I think the way they did it works best because it gives Yelena and Bob time to like work through it together, and I think that's what that scene needed. And then the surprise aspect comes along because you can tell they're gonna come in there, but seeing their stuff, I don't think is like really super necessary.
Give me Ghosts. That's what I want to see most of.
It would just been her killing people, just like everyone else.
No, give me more specifics. Or Bucky's. Have him go through all that shame again. It's so much fun. We need to see more of that shame.
We've seen enough of his trauma and everything so far.
His joke was very funny, though. That was
great.
the funniest part. I was like, no, I have a great life. No problems here.
That one was great, and then, oh no, Bob helped was my other favorite one.
So let's get into the logistics of the new Avengers, clearly. So they all free him. Valentina created Bob, tried to bury it, whatever. They all are. There's a impeachment trials going on for Valentina as CIA because she's been doing awful, shitty things. And of course, naturally, it's like, well, that's a good thing. Let's get rid of him. Let's get rid of this girl. She's bad. But also, she then holds a press conference for people, which was scheduled the day before for the next day. Then all of a sudden, chaos happens, and then she's like, "This is the new Avengers." How is it press planned the day before then? What was your announcement there? What's the plan? How is the plan there of she didn't call us this then?
My guess is she's great at pivoting. She's just like, this is kind of my fault, but they saved some people. I've got a stupid idea. Let's see if this will work.
New Avengers. I do like that the "We Own You Now" line is pretty great.
Yeah.
From Yelena. I think that Bob just applauding for them was very funny.
Bob was just like, man, I'm so happy for you guys.
I think if they do it this way of consistently, Bob forgets he's Sentry after the void is used, that's funny.
Yeah, I think that's how they'll do it.
It's at least similar enough. I'll excuse it, but the idea of I think the whole world forgetting is even funnier. Yeah, I think it's interesting for sure. I am really on board. I think the very Vought aspect of it now is fascinating to me. Of Valentina kind of being to me Vought girl. That's how I feel like it is. But it seems like she's very much not connected to them team much, and I want to see how much that goes.
Yeah, I'm also really curious if we'll get another new Avengers movie, like, going forward after, like, Secret Wars and Doomsday. Because I think that it would be very wasted to not see more of this team try to work together.
You know, with the trademark battle going on, how is fucking, what's her name? Miss Marvel going to do all this with the Young Avengers? I think what's going to happen is she'll pivot to the name Champions instead.
Probably, yeah.
Because we can't do, let's get out of this debate. We're going to be Champions, guys. Which would be a better way to do it.
I also just love the idea of just like, wait, so who would own the copyright to this? Like, how does that work?
I've seen a lawyer's video on it, actually.
What'd the lawyer say?
Probably the government still.
But the government never... No, wait, that's right, the Sokovia Accords.
Nick Fury is probably the one who owns it still at this point.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it'd be a trademark, not a copyright. But the thing is, it depends on if... It could have been Sam Wilson if it was at some point given to Steve Rogers and Pat, and or even Tony Stark, and they just left it to... the current team. We never saw it happen, so if that was not happen, it would be Nick Fury for the U.S. government, especially if it was made under them.
But Valentina is still, to our knowledge, working for the CIA, so it still is working with the government.
But also, often this is a funny debate here, a name or something like that, if it becomes publicly used enough, will escape the public domain often.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the name Google almost lost the name Google because people have been using the term Google for search. Like, go Google it.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, it's interesting. But overall, I fucking love this movie, man. It's so much fun.
It was very fun. I think I'd say people...
Stop shipping Bob and Yelena, people. That bothers me. I've seen that everywhere. She's Arrow Ace. Let her be that, please.
Wasn't where I was going. I was just going to say, I think people have been overhyping this movie just like a little bit. People were like, this is the greatest movie ever. It's the best since Endgame. I'm like, we've had many great movies since Endgame, and I think we've had better movies than this since Endgame. But I think this is the best one that we've gotten since Guardians 3. Because I like the Marvels. Marvels is a lot of fun. I think Deadpool and Wolverine is fun, but it has many problems. And then Brave New World, I liked it, but it also has many problems.
I'm not going to touch Deadpool and Wolverine here. Best movie since Endgame for me is probably either this or Eternals at this point. Maybe No Way Home. See, No Way Home is probably my favorite since Endgame because I just love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I think best is probably either going to be this or Eternals. Might be Eternals. Eternals is fucking cool. And the more I think about it, the more I like it. And it's upsetting that everyone else hates it. I don't understand the Eternals hate. It's just a different kind of movie. They were expecting an Avengers movie, which is just not that.
No.
I also think that the problem here with marketing this now as the new Avengers is people going to expecting an Avengers movie, which is also not this.
I mean, since they've revealed it, I haven't gotten a single person asking for, the new Avengers movie or anything like that. They still refer to it as Thunderbolts and everything.
Why is it on the AMC app now is doing that? Like, no, stop.
Well, the poster is.
Book tickets. I know, but let us book tickets properly without having that spoiler. That's annoying. Why did they spoil the Fantastic Four theme coming in the end credit scene? That's annoying. If you read the credits, it has the list of music beforehand.
You kind of have to credit it, though. You can't not credit it.
I understand that, but I know a lot of people got like, really, why'd you spoil that moment? But overall, I love this movie. I really love it. Not super, not heroes, not giving up is the tagline. I think it works really well. Red Guardian's really fun in this. He's just a drunk idiot, just living in mess is kind of fun. Giving him a purpose. Everyone here is looking for a purpose in life. Yeah. So why end Taskmasters? I'm so mad at that still. Yeah, I don't know, man. I enjoyed this. I think Yelena's room was kind of sad, and her first test was to kill a child as a child. Yeah. Kind of fucked up. But you know what? Good on them for showing us. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I have more thoughts I just can't really articulate right now, I guess. I really want to see more of Sentry. I think people are probably going to be still confused what he can actually do because it is very vague. We didn't get much of that part yet.
I mean, I think that it gives a good idea. Like, he's got Superman-esque powers, but he doesn't have laser vision, but he can, like, manipulate, like you said, matter. And so, like, he can heat up, like, Walker's gun and, like, basically destroy it. He could just, like, you know, telekinesis, throw shit, like, that kind of stuff.
Also, pretty much invulnerable.
Yeah, there wasn't a thing that hurt him in this.
Also, look, my favorite thing is we might be actually then they're trying to just backing up and escaping down the elevator. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's like, okay, we're not winning this fight.
They were just like, we all got our asses handed to us. Bad, we're getting the fuck out of here.
I like that John Walker changes from a helmet to a beret though. It's pretty funny then too.
Yeah.
Good movie. The fact that they're doing like propaganda ads in the credits for this too is also pretty funny. Like that's like Valentina is very much doing a VOT level thing of like, hey, everyone, here's your new team. Like, look, push out with the we can do it kind of all the different things there. And specifically for Sentry, the blonde was clearly mimicking Thor of like the beautiful goddess and stuff. They even called him, I think, like very like the golden hero, whatever, which made me think about the guy in Gen V.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on this before we go to our next talk with Josh?
I'm so curious if Walker's ever going to get his shield bent back to normal, or
no,
if it's going to stay.
I don't think it will.
You think it'll stay a taco?
I think it's a symbol of because when he had a full shield, the only thing we saw him do with it in public was murder someone in broad daylight.
That's true.
This was a shield we saw him use to be a hero with.
That's true.
I think it'll be very unless we see the Thing just doing this for him. That'd be pretty funny.
Is the Thing strong enough to bend vibranium though?
It's not vibranium.
It's then, huh?
I don't think it's vibranium.
Then how is it? It's a really good shield then.
I mean, if it is, it doesn't. I don't.
It could be because we know Wakanda opened up like its borders of like trade and stuff like that. So there's a very real possibility that it could.
Marvel, send us a press release with actual things like this. Give us details of what things are and aren't now, because this is too complicated. Comic books have it all laid out for us over many issues. There's missing like pieces here and there for that kind of thing. Because the movie, I kept thinking, why is it bouncing? It's not vibranium. Because I kept thinking, there's no way it would be. I thought the only shield we had that was vibranium would be the one that Sam has. Like Taskmaster's also is bouncing around like it was vibranium. I don't think it should be either. But I don't know. I don't know, man. But the Thing, maybe. I think if that'd be a really fun instruction. Like, yeah, I'll do this for you, and just ta-da, here you go. That'd be really funny. All right, Josh, you know what it's time for?
Things.
Super weird stories.
Oh boy, time to get weird.
Ready for Swoosh Man?
Come again?
No, I won't. You heard me the first time.
Explain.
I'm saying an image. I want your thoughts on this without any context yet.
Is this like Pepsi Man, but in superhero form?
Close. It's Nike's superhero.
I got that from the swoosh. But like,
the swoosh?
Like is...
Yeah. Yes, it was a physical form. Yes.
Okay.
So
why?
The news about this was he was never turning on 2025 t-shirts because it was an older thing.
Why? Both his existence and why are they bringing him back?
I think that's kind of like for marketing. It's kind of interesting to me, like just having now a line of t-shirts you can just have the Swoosh Man or the swoosh as a Nike instead of having this word Nike. It's interesting.
I mean, for small children, yes, but like I'm gonna be very concerned if I see an adult walking around with it on.
I was considering getting one. You jerk. Cool. So, my new workout shirt, Swoosh. Nike is reaching back into its archives. One of its most obscure yet fascinating creations, Swoosh Man, the brand's short-lived superhero mascot from, you guessed it, 1997. Does that track to you?
Yep, that's very much a late 90s thing.
It looks very steel to me.
Steel mixed with Pepsi Man.
While the futuristic figure may not have had the longevity of Michael Jordan or Bo Jackson as a Nike marketing icon, its unique design and high-profile origins have solidified it as a cult classic that I've never heard of until this.
I've never heard anything about this till then.
Designed by Jose Fernandez, the same creative mind behind the 1995 Batman Forever suit, the Swoosh Man costume.
I see it now.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but like it's very distinct in how the armor is, especially when you said that about Batman Forever. I fully see it.
Like if you look at the arms, it even has like swooshes, but would be normally the bat wings like that.
It looks like what a like late 90s Flash suit would be. Like just take out like the swooshing parts of it, change it to lightning bolts. I can easily see this being like a late 90s Flash suit.
Yeah. I agree with that. I don't think it's bad, but I'm kind of more with this. The Swooshman costume was an extravagant production, reportedly costing $125,000 to create.
Why? Why?
It featured a sleek silver suit with a bold red Nike swoosh emblazoned on the chest, along with two smaller swooshes integrated onto the helmet design, very much like the Flash's wings would have on his helmet. The aesthetic bore a striking resemblance to the Air Max 97 Silver Bullet, which launched in the same year, first cementing Nike's embrace of futuristic high-tech styling during the late 90s. Are you aware of the Silver Bullet, Josh?
The Silver Bullet? Like what the Lone Ranger uses?
So no, it's a shoe. This was the in the 90s. I'm showing you this picture. This was like the futuristic style shoe that was designed mostly off of Nike.
Yeah, that's definitely a late 90s futuristic shoe.
I think this is fun. I think 90s like future style stuff is kind of cool, but like I don't care. It's fun. And this is the same year as that, so I think it makes sense. And then we have now for summer of 2025, Swooshman is making a comeback, not in full superhero gear, but on a set of Nike tees celebrating the legacy of the forgotten mascot. Definitely forgotten.
Yep.
And I think it's pretty funny. Nike has yet to reveal a full range of designs, but the resurgence of retro aesthetics and the brand's continued emphasis on storytelling through apparel, the Swooshman revival is sure to turn heads. I don't know if it will, but I want to share with you that this is another weird mascot superhero that exists. Pepsi Man is more fun because you had a whole game you could play with it. I don't even know what they use this character for. I don't even know if I've even seen an ad of the character before.
There had to have been some kind of commercials or something to go along with this.
I'm Googling right now. There has to be. There is. Do you want to see it?
Yes, send me a link, boy.
Oh my god. This is weird. This is so bizarre.
What the fuck?
He's doing tricks. Was it like...
Why is this suit worse than the image that you... Is the one that you sent me the newer version?
No.
Because these are two completely different suits.
It's the same suit.
These are two completely different suits, my guy. All right.
More things here. There's more,
There's
apparently.
always more.
So it is supposed to be the same suit. I think it's just a few differences here and there, but like this is supposed to be maybe one was a prototype or whatever, but like it's not terrible.
No,
maybe the first one here I sent you is more for the like parade kind of thing. The first one I sent you was more that, and then the second one is more movement. I don't know. It's weird. I dig this as an idea. Give more brands superheroes. Why not?
And give them video games.
Give everyone video games.
Bring Pepsi Man back.
You cowards. We need him.
If the Shaq Fu game could get a remake, then anything can.
Give me a crossover with this guy, Swooshman, and this guy.
They better make a Star Wars wrestling game now that this is a thing.
Josh, that's our show. Where can people find you online?
But yes, I am online at Instagram, J_Rudy16, Letterboxd, Nerd4Film28, or my name now. I think I switched it to that. I don't remember. YouTube at Josh Rudolph, and then I still need to delete my Twitter account at some point.
I use it solely to get things for this show, pretty much at this point.
Yeah.
That's why I still have it, to keep track of the news for this, because I follow so many like pop culture nerd accounts in there that are not moved over to Blue Sky fully yet. And that's frustrating.
That's so weird. You feel like they would be at this point.
I don't know. Also, the Twitter or the X over the search function of the being able to filter from date to date from latest only, so you can go back and see everything in chronological order actually is so helpful.
Yeah.
But alas. You guys can find me online at Sean.mov. SEANDOTMOV. Everywhere you can find me. That's, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Threads, Blue Sky, everywhere, the same place. And also listen to our show. Of course, it's fun. You can share your friends. Follow us on Discord down below. Join us for real-time discussions about the episodes. Email our show at podgeekspeak@gmail.com or tweet at us or message us at GeekSpeakPod. We are on Blue Sky. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter for now. We are weaning off of Twitter in general because we don't like the Nazis running it.
Nope.
You can debate on that all you want. He did the symbol he did on stage, which is indistinguishable. No excuses, I think, make up for it. And I think on top of that, the current administration he's working with and their actual practices are Nazis. So there you go. But if I turn you off the show, you're watching the wrong show. This also, you guys can find us with more stuff down below as well, because we are soon launching content on Patreon. If you want to follow there, you'll get things early releases and as well as exclusive releases are not just podcast things. Maybe movie reactions, watch along commentaries, that kind of thing. Josh, It's been a fun episode. See you next time with Sinners. And our next DCOM is something else, you said.
Something. We'll find out.
Double team. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.